Hello, hello. We are here today with Wharf, who are very kindly letting us have a look around this Beneteau Flyer 9 sun deck. Now, we've had a look at a number of these boats before, but this is the 9 in the range. Quite logically, outboard power. You've got a couple of Mercury 250, 250 outboards, which are going to give you probably late 40s, possibly even nudging onto early 50 knots. But do check with them, because I could be wrong. This whole section of this rear seat folds down to fill in this section and give you a really decent aft sun lounger. And as you can see, there's this quite vast, very sturdy ski A-frame, shore power over the far side, and then there is deck extension sponsons on both sides. You'll also notice, if I take a step back here, that they've got a sunshade going on here, which just extends aft of the T-top with these beautiful little carbon poles, which I'm guessing you can slot into these recesses in the floor. There's a deck gate there, and as you can see quite logically, there's a couple of, I suspect, fuel fillers on both sides. That leads us forward into the cockpit area, which then gives you this decent selection of wraparound seating. So you've obviously got the seat at the back, there's storage under that seat as well, there's storage under that seat over there, and then there's an additional pull down seat here, which just fits neatly in there. So that does truly give you the ability to have all-round seating around this lovely high-low teak table with this rather nice stainless insert for drinks. Let's just fold that back up before I forget. You will also have noticed that there's a drop-down side deck section. Now, obviously we're at a boat show, but if you imagine you're at sea, that does two things. It firstly extends your usable cockpit space. It also gives you the ability to, if you want to have your dinghies or paddle boards or anything else tied on the side of the boat rather than the stern. And it's a great platform for kids to dive on and off, or just extend, have some seats, stick your feet in the water, whatever you like. So we did mention the hard top. As you can see, it's supported by this rather chunky, very beautifully engineered stainless frame. Nav light at the top there, and a backward floodlight there, and this rather clever concealed lighting, which is again concealed underneath these panels here. Now, these panels are designed to keep some of the vibration down as you're going along. And again, you can see it has the synthetic decking all the way around here. We'll go forward first. Speakers down here, cleats, like it seems to be quite fashionable these days. I've gone for the black pulpit, massive sun deck forward. I'm going to guess that this section here, oh, it doesn't, I thought it might lift up, but no, nevertheless. Great big sun cushions. Obviously underneath the midsection here will be escape and illumination hatches for the fore cabin. Quite nice that it's sunken and walk round decking. And in here, I'm going to guess, is an anchor winch, a chain and fender locker. Actually, quite a bit of spare space down there. I take a step back over here, you can see that massive sun deck area, that quite impressive frame, and a decent single piece windscreen. You'll also notice asymmetric deck, so big sunken deck down here with a nice guardrail, and over this side slightly smaller raised side deck. So the idea is, obviously this is your main deck, but you do have access to the other side if you want to go down that side. And great, this frame is so good for just grabbing hold of, and then you can transfer to this one as you go down the side. Swing around, you can see that moulding there, which incorporates the folding seat, also incorporates the ISO fridge. Again, pretty standard fridge in there. Housed on top of that is a 3-bench helm seat, 2-bench I suppose technically, looking at the way they've set the bolsters up. So again, you can fold the bolsters down, sit down, feet on the feet rest, drive as you like, or if it's a little bit bouncy, you're more of a stand-up driver, as I have to admit I am. You can rest your legs on the back of those seats, and you've got a really good view over the foredeck. You've obviously got a great view down the side, and if you spin your head around, really good visibility if you're going astern onto a pontoon. So it's twin engines, there's twin throttle controllers, bow thruster. This one has a 12-inch Garmin. There's the instrumentation for the outboards. Great to see the zip wake system on here. Usual switches and the VHF down here. On the other side, port side, we have a little kitchenette area. Obviously someone is using it as a vase. So there's a little gas burner there. It's a moulded sink and a tap, and then if you want to, you can fold it down using this Perspex sheet, folding it down. Big Perspex door gives us access to the fore cabin, and you'll see that there's a bit of laminated glass there to throw some extra light down. So let's go and have a look inside. Straight away you can see V-berth / dinette forwards. Let's go and have a look. 3 steps down, so it's quite deep step in down here, so you get decent headroom as you come in. So here, the pretty good headroom. Drops down here as we move forward, so obviously above us here are the sun cushions, but a really good seating all the way around. You've got those hull windows as well, with an opening vent each side, which helps getting a cross breeze across and also lets the light in. But you'd have a great view sitting down here or sleeping down here of the water lapping around the boat. I'm going to guess that there's storage underneath both side cushions. A little bit of access down here under the floor for some engineering space. And this table, if you take the leg out, drops down and sits, as you can see on the runners here either side, gives you another berth. Over here on the starboard side we have the heads. Nice moulded sink, little hull window there, loo over there with a shower, another hull window, and it's got this neat separate door. Also what you have is these 2 panels here behind them is the rear of the helm station, so you can get access to all the navigators, all the wiring, all the cabling, which is pretty useful. Oh, there's also little storage in there and a little cupboard down below that. And also quite neat, you've got your wastewater tank gauge as well, so you can see where you are with that. I shot that back up just for the sake of it. A little bit of storage under that step there, and then there's another fridge built in under the stairs here as well, and a little wet bar, if you like, area down here. So we have sink, storage, big storage cabinets underneath there. Let's put another one down here to guess. Oh, there you go. In here we have the battery isolator switches, master switches, and underneath the console we have decent sized double berth. So you can see windows both sides, storage both ends as well under the cabinet there. There's a little bit of access space down the back here. Another hull window here with opening port lights, so you can get a really good cross breeze. But what a decent sized double berth. And obviously you can see this end here, there is headroom. Not standing headroom, but certainly sitting up headroom. But decent, you know, 4 berth cabin. You get 4 people on board. But it's a bit of privacy with the there isn't a curtain. I was going to say there's a curtain that comes across there. There isn't, but I'm sure you could fit one if you wanted one. But if you're this close, you're probably pretty good friends anyway. So there you go. That is the Beneteau Flyer. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Do please like and subscribe. Thank you very much to the guys at Wharf for letting us have a look around. We will see you next time round.